Well, this might be one of the stranger conversations I've had on Just a Thought, but it's been a thought for about 8 years now. And I had a conversation with someone recently about what I'm fixing to talk about, and I thought, let's just share it. As a matter of fact, I just thought of it a little bit ago. I'm getting ready to run to the store. Now, if you have watched any of my videos on YouTube or social media, you have probably seen this sweatshirt. Now, there's nothing overly special about this sweatshirt. Well, I guess there is a couple reasons. One, ANF stands for America Needs Farmers, and Hayden Fry added that to the Iowa Hawkeye football helmet back in the 80s to just bring attention to the need for farmers and what they produce. And being from Iowa, that's a big part of our state's revenue and life. And so that's one thing. But two, my wife gave this to me. So I guess it does have two special components to it. But what I'm getting at is, if you've been watching Just a Thought, I don't know if this sweatshirt has appeared on there, but it definitely has on the shorter social media videos. You say, does that guy ever change his clothes? I do. But there's two things at play here. One, sometimes I'll make a video or two or three, depending on how the day's going. I might just hit stop and say, and another thing, and then go on to something else. But the other part of that is I'll wear clothes for days on end. And given what I do, I don't go out and I'm not digging holes. I'm not in a place where my clothes get dirty naturally. They do get dirty. I mean, your body's dirty, but you get what I'm saying? What I do for a living, I'm not going to come home with my job on my pants and shoes like some of you guys do, and I understand that. So for me, I don't know where, but somewhere along the way, I just realized I can wear them a few more days. As a matter of fact, I was telling someone recently, and they looked at me like I was crazy. I had a pair of pants a couple years ago that I wore every day of the summer. They're thin, kind of like those hiking pants, you know, and every day I come home and I lay them over our bathtub because we don't take baths. So that's where all the clothes seem to end up. I lay it over the bathtub, next day, get up, put them back on. I do this with, especially when it gets cooler out with sweatshirts, I'll wear them for days on end. You say, why are you telling us that? Well, there's a couple reasons. One, I do understand what God told Samuel in 1 Samuel 16 when they were looking at a king, appointing a king, and David didn't fit the bill. God said, understand, man looks at the outside, God looks at the heart. Now, I don't want to completely dismiss the outside, that what we do or what we wear or what we're reflecting, it does matter. Our heart matters more. But I was telling this guy this the other day. I said, most of my clothes are pretty similar in nature. They're in the same, I can't remember what the word my daughter uses to describe it, but color palette idea. And that's what I do. But I told him, I said, the other thing is, like, my wife had a sweatshirt or something she sent me in a text. She was out shopping and said, do you like this? And I thought, there's no way I can wear that. Yes, it is a nice sweatshirt. There's no way I'm going to wear that sweatshirt. I will wear clothes days on end because you can wear clothes days on end. Now, I don't know if you do the laundry, if your wife does the laundry, if it's a team effort, if your kids do it, whoever does it. But what I've understood is there are pieces of clothing, underwear, socks, probably undershirt, t-shirt, whatever you're doing. I think those should be changed every day. Everything else that's layer number 2, you could probably get away with that several more times. Now, I will take it to the nth degree, I understand. I'll take a dress shirt out that I've used to preach in a number of times and see that brown ring around the collar and say, oh, one too many. I probably need to either, it's probably stained by this point and get rid of it, or, have it washed. But I don't want to just keep adding to the laundry because I can wear these things time and time again. I went out of town recently, and that's why I was saying about the videos in the beginning. And this is the only sweatshirt I took. So it was cooler, rainy out, kind of like it is today. So every time I went out, I was probably wearing this. I've had guys say to me, like when I did the One More Round video series, like, do you own a different flannel shirt? I own lots of flannel shirts. The reason why I wore the same flannel shirt in those videos was to keep it consistent. If you're in tribe and there's challenge videos, I will wear the same shirt and hat the entire session so that it's consistent. And oftentimes I'll take it off after I record those videos, put it back because I need it later on, just for consistency. So I think there's value in that. My point of all this whole conversation of just a thought is, I think it's okay to wear our clothes more than one day at a time. Some of you understand that, some of you don't. I've been around some guys when we go out for extracurricular activities at different times, hiking, camp, church camp, retreats, whatever. And it feels like some guys are like grown-up teenage boys. They've never got past sloppiness, clothes on the floor, not taking care of them. Let me say that when I wear the same clothes every day for days on end, pants, sweatshirt, whatever, I am still a very particular, clean person. As much as I'd like to not admit that, I am. I do believe in taking care of yourself. I don't believe in being just a smelly dirtball for the sake of, well, shake your fist at culture and say, I don't care, I'm not going to bend to your rules. Look, man, you're still living with your bride. If you're married, if you're not married, you're still trying to get a bride more than likely. You don't want to be that guy. But I think it's important to understand, like, this is who you are. Like, be okay with that. I was talking to my daughter about this recently, and there's a lot more that I'm going to record about some of those conversations we had recently, but just be you everywhere you go. So if you come to church, go to the grocery store where I'm fixing on going, my house, wherever, like, I'm going to be the same guy everywhere. But getting towards the end of this video, for the last 8 years, I have always thought about it before I hit record, like, did I wear that recently? If I wear a team, am I going to hear about it? Am I going to, like, I think there's value in that. Like, I did have a phase with POM where I was just like, well, this is what it is, take it or leave it. I don't think that's right either. I don't think that helps convey the message. If we're going to get on with the gospel, I don't ever want to do anything that would hinder the gospel message. And this isn't a very gospel-centered message by any means, but I would never want to do anything that would give God, someone, a bad impression of the Lord, or to communicate something that's not accurate. So what is the point of all this? Hey, it's just a thought. Just a thought that maybe the clothes you're wearing today, they do not need to go directly into the laundry. If you're going to throw them on the floor, I'm a firm believer, throw them next to your bed. That's a good sign. Hey, I'm going to wear that tomorrow. And then actually do it. Get up, put it back on like I did with this sweatshirt. I may do it again tomorrow. You may see this one again. Who knows? Just a thought. I'll talk to you in a bit.